Part B of this question is asking us what is the average number of fish per hour over the 5-hour period. So they like to ask about average number and average rate, and you have to keep them straight. If we just had average number of fish, then we would be looking at an average number problem, 1 over b minus a, integral a to b of f of t dt. That's your average value of a function. The per hour tells us it's actually an average rate, though. So we can either use the slope formula, f of b minus f of a over b minus a, or do that average value thing, but do it on f prime instead of f. In our problem, we have f prime, but we don't have f. We don't know how many fish there are at the beginning or the end. We could figure that out and use this formula, and in a certain way, using this equation does that. But we really want to sort of focus on this formulation in order to solve this problem. So then all we have to do is say, for part B, our average rate is equal to 1 over b minus a. And let's look, it says, I noticed that it says, what is the average number of fish that leave? So we have to pay attention to which function we are using, or are we using a combination of them. So it's not asking the average rate of change of the number of fish. It's just asking the average rate of their leaving. So we get to forget about function e and just look at function L this time. Right, so it's integral from, it's 1 over b minus a times the integral from, pay attention to your time interval. It's 0 to 5 again. So integral 0 to 5 of, so this time it's going to be L of t dt. So then again, just writing this is already going to get you a point. Or it might be that we need to substitute the b minus a and have 1/5 integral 0 to 5 L of t dt. And then we've already got a point. All right, now we just go to our calculator. Again, we're going to capitalize on the fact that we already put those two functions in for y1 and y2. So y2 is my L of t, and I've made a note of that in the problem, that E is y1 and L is y2. If I make a note of that in the problem, then I don't have to worry about forgetting which function I used for which. So I'm going to quit out of there and just go, I have to put in the 1/5, so 1/5. I could use the fancy fractiony thing, but that's a little quicker. And then we're going to do math 9 for integral, 0 to 5. And then since my L of t is y2, I just go variables, y variables, function. I have to drop down to y2 this time, y2, and I still have to put the variable of integration, which is x for the calculator's purposes, and I get 6.059. So now you can say to yourself things like, does it make sense to say it's 6.059 fish per hour who are leaving? Well, yeah, because if you were multiplying by, let's say, 500 hours, then that 0.059 would make a difference. But more importantly, the question does not ask you to round this off. So if it does not say anything about rounding, then we're back to our standard formulation, 3 decimals truncated or rounded. So we're going to say that that equals 6.059. Now the units on this is fish per hour. Which it's nice if we are in the habit of writing the units. But by the way, since the question did not say to use units, we actually don't have to. So in the math BC exam, if they don't say to use units, you don't have to. But it's not it won't hurt you, so it's not a bad habit in case it did say that and you just missed it. All right, so then that's that one. That's part B.